Jennifer Kinzle here at Charles Rutenberg Realty of Illinois, Fox Valley Homes. How y'all doing today? So today we're talking to our first-time home buyers. Hi guys, how you doing? And first-time home buyers, they've got a lot of questions and they have a lot of needs and wants on their to-do list. I get it. It's a big world out there when you're home shopping. It's a lot of exciting things to look at, bells and whistles to consider, price range, all that fun stuff. But when you're looking at your first home purchase, for example, going from a rental or, looking at starter homes, for example, there's a lot of different things to kind of get under your belt before we go and look at that first house. For example, you're going to want to have your finances in a row as far as your pre-qualification with a mortgage lender. You're going to already know what you can afford versus what you can't. And this is a big number that I'm going to ask you for right out of the gate of what's your price range? If you're going to be $150,000 is your max, we can find something in that price range for you. If it's going to be a squeaker to try to get it up to $175,000, we can still do that too. If you're going to be, 200, 220, whatever your max is, I need to know the upper end and I need to know what your payment number is going to be comfortable at, just in case. Because sometimes in the seller's market like this, we've got multiple bids going on, and if we need to stretch, we need to know what your stretch point is and what your absolute cutoff is. So you got to have all those numbers kind of floating around already before we look at property. The next thing is I would recommend figuring out how your schedule is going to coincide with property showings. I'm usually available between 9 to 7 during the week, but a lot of homeowners, might not have that same flexibility. They might have restricted showings or they might only do weekend showings, or they're only going to have it open for, 1 day a week. So we'll need to work around their schedule and accommodate. And of course, there might be restrictions as far as, medical history, if you've got any history of COVID, and that kind of thing is a new element, but we need to kind of figure that into our schedule too. I usually ask my first-time buyers to make sure that they not only schedule it out, but then I need time to schedule the appointment with the homeowner. So we always need at least 24 hours to get all our ducks in a row to make sure that we can get in at that time. So plan ahead a little bit and make sure that you clear a spot on your calendar. We usually try to do multiple showings in one fell swoop. We try to go perhaps we'll start at like a 10 o'clock tour, and then we'll try to hit a house in your radius. Like, if you're going to hit everything in St. Charles in the $250,000 price range, that could take a while, but, we can schedule back-to-back showings if you've got the time and kind of just go right on through. Usually after the third showing, people kind of forget what they've seen. So I do suggest that, we take the printouts and might make notes as we go. Because by the time you get to the fifth house, you're like, which was that house that had the porch with the covered thing in the back? And, I do my best to keep everybody on track as far as scheduling. So making notes like that is a huge help for me. It'll also help you too. Because then you can, instantly go through and X out the ones that are like, heck no, forget this one. We're not coming back here. This one's got this weird, funky, black paint, or this one's got this weird kitchen thing that's like a bizarre L shape that would never work for me. We'll just get those right off the list. Never worry about hurting my feelings when it comes to home showings. I have pretty much seen it all, and if it doesn't work, it's probably not going to be something you're going to want to mess with and fix on your own dime. So let's just go on to the next one. It's just going to be easier. Nobody wants to, go and see someone else's build out problem or, 1940s kitchen, unless you want a house that's built in 1940s that has the original kitchen. We can do that too. But not everybody wants that. So we'll go through your list of wants and needs and figure out, what your priorities are. So when you are going out with me to go and look at property, give me a heads up. We'll schedule it out. Plan for a 24-hour notice to me so that I can schedule it out. That way we can get all your showings in like on one weekend. We'll talk soon. Thanks.